Go.
We got 2 lights.
We got 3, we got 4, 5 lights. And away we go! Lights out!
Duck, duck, goose found a pussy in a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. Can't get loose, get your guts, got your tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go, I can take medication. Morning night, I can deal with everything. Every night, I can make it
So Brenda as he crosses the line, there we go, the fireworks are off.
The win here in Abu Dhabi to seal his. It's going to be another. I don't even know how many consecutive wins this is already, but he wins again in Abu Dhabi in the fireworks.
Welcome back everyone to another edition of Top 10 Moments. This time we headed off for Abu Dhabi for the last race of Tier 1 and Tier 2. Tier 3, 4 and the North American tiers will carry on. This was the last race for Tier 1 and 2 like I said, so let's get right into it. At number 10 with Michael versus Jacob from our Tier 1 race. On board with Michael now in the Alfa Romeo, hunting down the Mercedes of Jacob. He looks to the outside, just keeping it within track limits there. Brakes and has got the move done, but Jacob won't let him buy that easily. He'll bide his time through this left-right chicane and then try and get a better exit. And as we're about to see, you can sort of see slightly in his mirrors, Jacob is going to use that DRS, close down on the last lap to try and make a move to regain 4th place here. He tries to get around the outside, Michael brakes later, sort of squeezes him out and keeps 4th place ahead of Jacob. On to number 9, we have Stevie JD versus M Still from our Tier 2 race. The safety car's just coming in on lap 3, on board with Stevie with M Still ahead. And M Still goes a little bit wide off of the final corner. Stevie gets a better run through the final corner and is able to go around or look to the outside coming into turn 1. Brakes later and goes around the outside of turn 1, making up a opportunistic move there at the safety car restart. On to number 8 we have Mercedes-Benz versus Kopecky from our Tier 4 race. On board with Mercedes-Benz here, following Kopecky through the long sweeping right-hander, but coming into the chicane now, looks for the inside line. Kopecky goes a little bit deep on this second part, which allows Mercedes-Benz just to switch back, get better traction through the right-hander, sort of outbrake him, coming into the hairpin, and then get better traction coming out of the hairpin to make a move up into 5th place. On to number 7 we have the Ferraris versus the McLarens from our Tier 1 race. Starting off with Curry on lap 10. He makes his way past Hayes down the straight, using DRS to great effect there. And then he's got the McLaren of Tubilly ahead. And as we're about to see, coming through the left and especially on the right, Tubilly makes a little bit of a mistake, almost loses to the back end, which allows Curry to just gain time on him, and he catches up using the DRS. Coming into turn 11 now, he looks to the outside, brakes late, and just about gets the move done around the outside of Billy there. But then, the following lap, myself, hunting down the two McLarens too, looking to the outside of Hayes into this tricky section, going right around the outside of him, outbraking him, and getting one McLaren there, and then coming through the hairpin, getting a pretty decent exit, and able to make the move up on Tubilly as well. Though it is important to note they are on, I don't think they'd pit at this point, and Hayes was on the harder tyres whereas I was on the medium, so the age-old battle of Ferrari versus McLaren. Ferrari coming out on top this time, and making moves up the grid. On to number 6 we have Snova staying ahead. Another Ferrari in the North American tier as he gets passed by Timmy and Dubsy. And at this point you might be thinking, oh, that was a very good move, but Snova is about to make his way back up to P11 as he starts off going around the outside trying to get better traction on Dubsy and pretty much gets moved on. You see the red proximity arrow moving behind him, and now onto the back of Timmy. He's using that DRS, going around the outside, and he goes from losing 2 positions to gaining those 2 positions back. Excellent presence of mind there from Snoover to just keep it calm and get back ahead. On to number 5, we have Rebel and the switchback of dreams. On board with Shifty as he makes a move past Rebel, coming into the left-right chicane in the middle of the 2 straights. And again, Rebel, just like Snoover before, having that presence of mind, getting an excellent switchback coming through the right-hander, gets better traction out of the corner, and seeing as he was behind, he gets DRS and is able to pull ahead of Shifty, who had just passed him. It's a great driving there from the 2 tier 2 drivers. On to number 4, we have Super Jelly Dog, and him being the master of Sector 3 from our tier 4 race, on board with Jelly Dog at the moment. He looks around the outside of Kopetsky, and he gets, or almost gets moved on a little bit of wheel bashing there, and through this normally single file sector, he manages to pull off a move round the outside no less, but we're not done there. Now on board later on in the race behind Karting King on lap 25, fighting over 9th place. Karting King gets a bit of a bad exit there, sort of defends that inside, and Jelly Dog just goes around the outside. He loves those outside moves. Great race from there from the tier 4 driver. On to number 3, the first of our podium spots, we have Shady versus Captain Duck from our North American tier. On board with Shady here, just like we've seen before with Jelly Dog. Doesn't quite get the move on the penultimate corner though, but on the final corner, Captain Duck just leaves him enough room, and he's able to get better traction down this main straight, using up all of his ERS, everything that he's got, pushing to try and get ahead. Brakes later into this first corner. Doesn't quite squeeze him out as much as he could, but leaves that enough room for Captain Duck to still be on the road. And round the outside here, he finally gets the move done on the Renault driver, making his way up into the podium place. On to number 2, we have 10-11 Madness. So this is kind of a compilation of clips. We've got Alistair, Jagerbomb, Dave, LMB, Brinda and Tuberly all making moves around the outside of this turn 11. A tricky place to overtake, but they're all made up places there, so well done to all of them. This week we're including an honourable mentions because this was quite a funny thing that happened to quite a few drivers during the race, or during qualifying. We have Ewan, Stenner, Benedict, Lundy and Danny Rick all kind of binning it into this pit lane. Danny Rick losing it on power. And something quite funny to happen to them. All of them probably having that facepalm moment. Quite funny, but happens to the best of us. On to our winner though for this week, we have Bob Bro versus Captain Duck. As we see already, Iron Lover and Captain Duck having a little battle here. Bob Bro wants to get involved, he looks around the outside like we saw in our number 2 spot. People loving this outside line. But a bit of wheel barging between the 2 drivers. Captain Duck manages to stay ahead, so he looks to dive it down the inside of this right-hander. Leaves a space for Captain Duck on the outside, and that inside curb sort of unsettles the car for Bob Bro, and he's not able to make the move up. But we're about to see a move that I don't think I've ever seen before. Well, I've only seen it once at least, and that was in real life F1. So I don't know how Bob Bro did this, but coming around the final few corners now, he's kind of lost a little bit of time to Captain Duck, but they're both on a 2-stop strategy, I believe, and they're about to come into the pits, and Bob Bro is about to pull off an absolute madness. He gets a better line through the pit lane entry, brakes later than Captain Duck, and makes a move in the pit lane for P5. I don't know how he did that. The only other time I've seen that happen is with Vettel at China, and that pit lane was a lot wider than Abu Dhabi ones, so great driving there from Bob Bro to use his brain. Always on the lookout for moves, so well done to him. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed as always. Make sure to give the video a like and subscribe for more content like this. And yeah, we just hope you're staying safe, and we'll see you next time.